just because, you know, there's a lot of videos out there already for this kind of things. But I've been asked a couple of times about survivors and why, you know, why it makes a big difference. Basically, if you look at your survivors, they all have the little symbol under the picture. That is their personality type. There's, I believe, 8 different types of personality in this game. Basically, you know, what you want to do is when you're looking at your lead right here, he has a little picture right there. He looks like a medical symbol. Basically, the symbol matches up with the Fire Team Alpha, EMT Squad, Gadgeteers, Corpse Engineering, Training Team, Close Assault. I really wish I had more leads to show the difference. I kind of don't, just because I recycle everything I get as far as survivors goes for the XP. But basically, putting in a lead that matches the party, like this one has a little binocular picture on it, it matches the scouting party symbol on it. You get a slight boost on your stats just for matching the party with the lead survivor. Also, if you match the personality with the personality of the lead, you get an additional boost. I believe it's 8 points. So if you look at this, 137, 76, 123, anyways, you get the gist. If I change that to something that is not a matching personality type, everything drops. Everything's dropping here by 10 points. So you want to make sure that you match the personality as much as you can, just because those 10 points are essentially free points. I mean, 10 points that you're getting a free boost here is equivalent of buying 2 of any of the skills right here, because they all provide with 5. Except for the last one. The last one oh, this one's 2 actually. 3. In the last one you get 8. So when you get a boost of 10, it's like almost you bought one of these skills right here in your research tree and one of the first ones, basically. I mean, it's not exact, but you get the point. When you match the personality type, that's the only thing it matters for. I mean, you can put any lead here. I mean, I could put, instead of putting the EMT squad, I could put the engineer. Oh, the think tank guy. So I could put the think tank, and I would lose a boost on my stats. You know, right here I'm still getting a boost because I'm matching personality. But when you match, ooh, actually that doesn't really make a difference. I believe the main difference is this guy right here. He gets a little bit of a boost when you match it, but I'm not 100% sure. I have never really paid attention. The only thing I paid attention to is to make sure I match the leader match, so it matches there, and also the personality to get that additional boost, because that is a big help. The only other reason you want to match is the set bonus. That's another thing that people have been asking me about, and again, there's plenty of videos out there, but I just want to make a quick video so that you know you can see it rather than explaining it over text on YouTube, because sometimes explaining in words is not as easy to understand as actually seeing what somebody's talking about. So basically, when you match the personality, you get a boost from the lead. When you match the lead to the squad, you're supposed to get a boost, but I have to double check on that. I honestly have not really looked into it. When you match the set bonuses, all the set bonuses are, you need to match at least 2 of them. Let me explain that real quick. So when you get a shield region bonus, like this one says set bonus, shield region, you need matches 2 out of 2. It will tell you right there how many you need to match. If you don't get the yellow matching, let's say for this one I have 3 ability, because that's what it takes. Anything that is a damage modifier, ability damage, where's the other one? See, this one I only have 2. I'm not getting any kind of boost. I'm just getting the regular points from the rating. I'm not getting an additional 5% for matching them. If you have 1, it doesn't match. It only matches 2. If I were to replace this one right here that doesn't have it match with something that I already have, like another one of this, it's going to say the same thing, 1 out of 2. Why? Because I already have 2 out of 2. So you want to just, you know, try to match them, get the additional boost. It's not necessary, but every little help in this game helps. Right here, you know, I'm getting a trap durability bonus of 5%. Oh, this one's actually 8%. Nice. So, you know, it used to be 5% when I first started matching them, but I guess they boosted the trap durability a little bit. Or I'm completely wrong, which happens a lot. I don't claim to be an expert. I just claim to see what I see, and I let you know what I see. So, you know, like this one's, I tried to match them as best as I can. This one's a damage bonus as well, so you need 3. Basically, anything that's a damage bonus, you need 3 out of 3 to get the bonus. Anything that is, you know, a little boost in your shield and your health and durability for traps, that's 2 out of 2. The only difference also between survivors is that, you know, if you get a 30 out of 40 in purple and you get a 30 out of 40 in gold, it's just about a 12-point difference on 30 out of 40. And when it's 40 out of 40, I have one over here. When it's 40 out of 40, I'm just getting a boost of 14 points, I think. Where's another 40? This one's 40 out of 40. So this one's a 14-point difference, 40 out of 40. I believe when you have a 50 out of 50, it goes to 16 if it follows a pattern. At this point, I'm looking at the pattern. This 30 out of 40 is 84, while the 30 out of 40 in gold is 96. So it's a 12-point difference. So, you know, it's a little bit of a difference. It's not a lot, but 12 free points is a lot when you consider that into the game itself. Again, it doesn't make much of a difference once you get to a certain point. You always want to be almost the same level as a husk. I know there's a lot of you that can handle. A lot of you are a hell of a lot better than me at video games and can handle the game itself. But, you know, like I said, in this game, it's an RPG that allows you to, you know, maximize everything. And I've noticed that that's what RPGs are doing nowadays, so it's not that big of a deal. Back in when I last played video games before this, you couldn't reach a full level character at all. It was impossible. The game didn't allow you to have enough points to level everything up. It was one of those things where you have to choose what kind of path you were following in most games to level them up. And you could find armor and think about your survivors as your armor, as your boost in weapons. It's even more important than the level of the weapons themselves. So basically, if you match the personality, you get a boost. If you match the types, the set bonus, you get a boost. It's not necessary, but it does help. Matching the personality is more important than getting a set boost. Back here, I could replace one of these guys that is useless, you know, because I only have two. I don't have another one to match with one of these guys. And then I would have another match for my shield bonus, but this character's so low level that I don't want to invest the points in it, just because it's not really worth it. Oh, that is funny. Normally elite survivors are 20 rating and this one's 28, so this one's getting an 8-point boost. Why is everyone else getting a 10-point boost? Oh no, this one's are 8. Okay, I see what's going on. There's only 8. This one's 10. No, it's also 8. What? Why is it 10? Oh, okay, so see, that's what happens. If you match the leader match, marksman, to the squad, you get a little boost on all your characters. If you match the personality type, you get another boost. So on this one, if I don't match the personality or the type, I'm losing 10 points. That's a whole 10-point difference. When you're replacing the personality type, the leader, with another personality type of the same type as the characters, you're losing 2 points. Yeah. So you do get a bonus by having it, and the big difference is on the leads. You know, that's where I do see a difference of 50 out of 50 right here is only 238, while the 50 out of 50 over here is 270. So that is a big difference on the mythics to legendaries as far as leads go. But, you know, as survivors go, it's not that big of a difference. It does make a difference slightly just because you're missing out on 14 points at this point, and I bet it's going to be 16 points the next step, but I'm not going to level any purples past 40 out of 50 until I get all my golds to 50 out of 50, and I can't get any more, you know, leads. So that's pretty much what you got to look at, the personality and the type of lead. If you match them both, you get a 10-point bonus. If you only match the lead to the squad that it belongs to, and then you don't match the personality here, you're losing 8 points per character. So, you know, this game has a lot of little little boosts here and there that if you pay attention to them, you can maximize what you're getting out of it. Like I said before, you know, I'll rather have my points than the set bonuses if I can help it. Like right here, I don't see a point in replacing my legendaries for other stuff, just because, you know, I don't really need a boost at this point. I'm leveling up properly. I got ahead of the quest line by doing the storm shields a little bit, just so I could open Twine Peaks and farm a little higher. But my quest line is only at 88 zones right now, and it's not that big of a deal. This game is an open world game. It's no different than Destiny 2 if you want to think about it that way. I mean, in Destiny 2, when I first downloaded it, I deleted it because I didn't like the gameplay. It felt too sluggish, to be honest with you. But you know, it's one of those games where instead of being on a home screen right here, imagine that you're running around an open world. I mean, it saves you the trouble of crossing from one town to the next. It saves you the time of running around from one place to the next just to find a public event, a community event. But in a sense, it's exactly the same thing as Destiny 2. If you go into a high level zone, I got into a zone where the enemies were power level 200, and I was so low level that I unloaded a couple clips into one guy, and I didn't do a single bit of damage to that guy. And I got surrounded and I got obliterated. Then I figured out that there's zones that you're not supposed to go in, even though they're open. You just don't go in because the enemies are too high of a level, and I didn't pay attention to that, and I learned that the hard way. I mean, it was kind of fun to try to take them down, but I didn't even do a scratch on them. So this is no different. I think if Epic were to remove the home screen right here where you can select worlds and just, you know, let you run between worlds, between Stonewood, Plankerton, Canny, and Twine Peaks, and it took a long time to run between worlds, people would actually see this game as an open world. But Epic is trying to save you a little bit of time by just allowing you to choose your public events that you want to do in any world. Instead of traveling between the EDL or EDC plays on the farm, you just go on your main screen, you choose where you want to go, and you're right there. Instead of running from one town to the next for a public event to be able to fight with people, you're fast traveling to whatever you want. I think people are just looking at this game a little bit wrong, because everybody keeps saying that, you know, it's all about the events, but in honesty, the events are just there to give you a helping hand in getting more weapons, so that you can actually do the purpose of the game, which is collection book and leveling up everything. I know I'm not done with that. I mean, I don't know anybody that's leveled up every single schematic to 106 at least, you know. It's like, that's the fun part of this game, leveling up everything, just like in Destiny 2. You run around just collecting weapons to power up. But yeah, I just wanted to drop by and do that little update about personalities. If all your personalities match your lead, you get an 8-point boost. If your lead matches your squad type, and you know, if the lead matches the squad type, you get a 2-point boost. If the survivors match the personality type to the lead, then you get an additional 8-point boost. If your survivors match, you get the yellow matches 2 out of 2, then you get an additional boost. So, you know, it's those little things that you're looking at. Also, you know, that's just something that I wanted to put out just because everybody keeps asking. But like I said, there's plenty of YouTubers out there doing this. I tend not to upload videos unless, you know, I got something to say, or you know, if I'm having trouble explaining myself over text on YouTube to somebody. Other than that, you know, I'm not doing this for any other reason except that. I like to get information out just because, you know, I like to play games now, I guess. This is one of my favorite games, and if you have any questions about this game, let me know, and I can definitely try to answer it. You know, I can also tell you why I don't really like DPS, just because it's not that big. If you have a weapon that, let's say this one, you know, for games that if you don't like to take aim, if you just like to look at the end, you know, guns like this one at 37,000 DPS with a 14,000 headshot damage. That's my cue. Alrighty, guys. Point is, that's what I want to talk about survivors. You know, just keep an eye for your lead type and your personality type. Match them up, and you get a boost. That way, you get free points, free levels, basically. When you put them all together, you know, you're getting an additional 80 points just for matching personality with type. Alrighty. Hope this helps.